All right, we are back out here at the drone park. I say we because people don't want to be incriminated for something that we're doing, which isn't even criminal. But we are going to be testing out an update to the iVue RC app. Specifically, if you look on the screen as I share, I'll preview, we're going to be testing out the update to our mod kit menus. And so where one of our mod kits, you can actually attach like a claw, a bucket, or in our case, a 3D printed gun, or a 3D printed dirty, hairy revolver, I should say. We're going to make sure we can lower this and raise it back up with our UI, and with the new update, actually adjust the speed as well. So we'll get that set up here in just a moment, but let's go ahead and plug in our radio first. What could go wrong, right? Flying a 3D printed revolver on a 3D printed drone. Or a ghost gun for a ghost drone. All right, red flashing light. We don't have develop air set up yet. We'll attach the mod kit out where we set up develop air. And so this is what we call our claw machine mod kit. It's really a winched servo mod kit. And typically, if you've seen our world's largest claw machine game video or videos, we attach a claw to it that you can actually pick up objects from the ground. We have designed a bucket or like a pail to pick up water samples that you can attach to the servo as well, or to the winch. But in the case of this video, again, thought it'd be kind of funny to show us flying a 3D printed gun, which I should clarify, it's not made to fire at this point, although it theoretically could be. If you're interested in building one of these yourself, look up the Dirty Harry 3D printed revolver, free and open source. Just like Develop Air, you get your open source drones and your open source guns. America. All right. And I am just verifying, let's see, this is going to be port number 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is where we're going to plug in the winch mod kit to. Winch servo claw machine mod kit. Like all of our mod kits, they're really in a proof of concept prototyping phase, so not really as refined as they could and should be, and that includes the name as well. All right, we have a green light on our radio. Zooming in to Develop Air's position on the map. If there's a place you want to go, something you ought to know, Dora reference for you. You guys get that? No. I mean, you guys aren't here, right? Who? Who are you talking to? Jacob's talking to his imaginary friends? Imaginary coworkers? That definitely don't have mics on them. I don't even know if those are going, but they're just going to be headless voices. Which one's my angel and which one's my demon? All right. I am just verifying we are all good to take off. And where is the claw machine mod kit? Right there, label claw machine. Port number 13 is selected. And here's the new UI I was telling you about. So if we wanted to change the port that we plugged in the mod kit to, even that wasn't 14, 15, or 16, we could change this to 12 or really any 5 through 16. So 1 through 4 are taken up for the motors, with Develop Air being a quad rotor or quadcopter. So you really only have 5 through 16 available for auxiliary devices. Nonetheless, the default values are 1750 and 1250, with the neutral being 1500. So if we want to adjust the speed that we're lowering down the revolver or raising it back up, we can just adjust these further away from 1500 to increase the speed, or make these values closer to 1500 to reduce the speed. All right, unfortunately we don't have an update yet where we can actually control the lower and raise buttons with buttons on the controller. We'll have to use on-screen buttons, but as I have alluded to, that is coming in an update here soon. TM. All this talking aside, let's go ahead and we will take off in an automated fashion. Arm and take off to 10 feet. I should have brought a scale so everyone could see how much this developer weighs as well. And psych, we probably have some sort of compass issue. We're in loiter, we're in guided flight mode. Let me close out of our connection in the iVue RC app. I'm opening up QGroundControl and I'm seeing what sort of message we're getting. We're getting a compass inconsistent, and that might be because we have the servo underneath with the Revolver. So we might need to do a compass calibration. All right. That's going to be kind of fun to do with the Revolver. I'm going to need an assistant, I guess, so if someone can brave up and you can like turn your head away and we'll like, okay, look at that, brave soul. I was gonna have you come over to the computer so I would rotate developer, but if you would prefer to do the rotation.
I don't know how to do it correctly.
As our viewers know, neither do I oftentimes, so. You'll hit the compass button. Definitely not who I was about to name, definitely not. Should come like just stand right here to block, definitely not who I was also just not about to name. Today it's going to be iVue Robotics founder Jacob Andrews and unnamed team members. Hit OK, I think is the button, if not next maybe. So there's like compass calibration and OK. All right. Is the line like moving? This is going to be the worst compass calibration ever. Actually, let's see if I can do it like this. No, this is going to be so bad, I can already tell. Yeah, I'm gonna come look at just how bad it is and which one's the external, which one's internal. External is in red, internal is in yellow. We're going to reboot vehicle and try it one more time. And surprisingly, QGroundControl didn't crash. Almost every time we reboot it, it crashes. So hit compass again. I'll leave my watch and my wallet back here. And take two. All right, go ahead. Gotta get a grip. Nice, all right. Hit reboot. Thank you, unnamed team members. So now that we got our help from our unnamed team members to do a compass calibration, this is something that you should expect if you're attaching a new mod kit or payload to developer. Not always required, but it is actually probably good to go ahead and reset the compasses whenever you attach or detach a payload. All right, let me just verify. We can go over to loiter flight mode, showing not ready. We need a position estimate. We should get that here any moment now. Any moment now, ready to fly. So let's go back over to our software, the greatest flight software. Obviously can't even do a compass calibration, so not the best configuration and setup software. But flight software is all we care about. So arm and fly drone, take off to 10 feet. Show us what you got, developer. Nice. What a sight to behold. All right, and it's stabilized, locked in. Now let me go over to our mod kit menu, select the claw machine. I already have port 13 selected, so now I should be able to lower the revolver. That kind of looks like it was not doing anything. That kind of looks like it's raising it. Maybe our buttons are reversed. I think our buttons are reversed because now that looks like it's lowering fairly slowly, but it is lowering. All right, so let me see if I can adjust the speeds, and then Mohit, I guess for the claw machine mod kit, this is the first time we're ever testing it out with the iVue RC app. We need to reverse the direction. So we're just going to go to 1900 to lower, and we're going, oh, I guess it already adjust. 1100, no, 11, yeah, there we go. And it'll automatically adjust the neutral PWM value, which really needs to be set to 1500. So just make sure your lower and raise values are symmetrical. So let's try lowering it and see if we can noticeably see it drop faster. I can't noticeably tell, but the values did update. So we can maybe call that a win. Now let's raise it up and see if that's noticeable. It's definitely being raised up at a snail's pace, but being raised up nonetheless. Just a flying, like floating revolver. Upside down, but. I'm gonna fly it manually over to me with the controller, so I can get a little bit better of a look at it. All right, let's see if we can lower the revolver down to the ground. Claw machine. And we're hitting the raise button. I see the winch unwinding. I'm going to set the lower to 2000 and then the raise to 1000 and see if we can speed it up even just a little bit more. And yep, I don't have any definitive way of measuring it, maybe unless we were to do like frame counting. I don't know if the zoom lens can catch all that, but it is noticeably spinning faster. The winch is noticeably spinning faster to lower it down. Wow, this is like at sloth speed still. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to make this a little bit better once we have the controller support working to do the lower and raise. And I think there's also settings for the servo that we can adjust, but that's kind of beyond me. We'll have to get Coven or one of the other engineers on the team to take a look at that. All right, and we have the Revolver on the ground. Going to lift it off just a little bit more. Photo op. You guys get a photo? All right, we're going to raise it back up and then we'll call it done with the shenanigans. We tested out what we needed to test out, maybe in a little bit of an extreme or overbearing, over the top way. But you gotta have fun with your work, right? And 3 hours later, we will see this Revolver raise back up. By holding down the lower button. There's a little bit of oscillation being caused by the Revolver being raised, but honestly, it's not doing too bad. And it's still going. 3 hours later. All right, we'll call it there and I'll give it a little bit of slack. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. I think I held the button down a little too long. So I think it automatically kicked over into smart RTL mode for a landing based off of the battery level. It's not actually that low on battery. We actually have quite a bit more battery, as you'll be able to see in the iVue RC app. And keep in mind, we're using a lithium ion battery, not a LiPo battery. So you can go down quite a bit further in voltage than you can on a typical LiPo. But there you saw it. For almost the entire flight, we have, and that servo's still running. I just unplugged the servo to cut it out. We're still sending the message. I think by holding down the button on the iVue RC app too long, it just kept going, basically, right? Kept sending input. That battery is a little warm, so as you can see, yeah, we still have green battery status lights, but I think we are probably pulling quite a bit of amperage, or more than typical, you know, just keeping develop air in flight, running the servo motor, lowering and raising up this Revolver, which doesn't weigh too much. Again, the base model develop air here can carry a 3-pound payload capacity. If anyone's interested, leave a comment down in the comments section below and I can get you weight on both this Revolver and the winch mod kit itself. But I think all in, you're probably about a pound, maybe no more than 1.5 pounds. But those details aside, again, we did all the testing that we needed to get done here today. Happy Valentine's Day. If all you guys are in love with your work as much as I am, probably had a great day. If not, keep finding purpose, or keep working to find purpose and fulfillment in whatever you can find. And you'll catch us in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.